Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You see the title? You know what you're in here for? Let's get this going. This is going to be part 2 of my Ben 10 and Pokemon Fusion video, and I'm going to be focusing on doing the rest of the original 10. I should also note that I actually had rules for this. There's mainly only 3. The first rule being that the Pokemon and alien in question have to be similar in appearance and or power. The second rule is the fusion art just has to look cool to me. And the third rule, which will only happen once, is that the alien and the Pokemon both share the same name. Reminder, this will only happen once. The first alien for today will be... Motherfucking cicadas, I swear to God. The first alien that I'll be doing for today is actually a redo of one of the previous aliens. Accelerate, spelled XL. All right, that's enough out of you, you robotic son of a... Accelerate! A Kinnicelerin from the planet Kinnet. Oh yeah, see the picture of Kinnet and how it has a lot of moons? Yeah, that's one singular moon, and it's moving so fast that it looks like it's multiple. You know, that whole classic comic panel thing. Anyway, there's no need for that kind of info right now. All you need to know is that I have chosen a new Pokemon. Cyclizar. Alright, so I had originally made dex entries for all these fusions in part 1, but never really had the time to, put them in because, part 1 wasn't edited by me. Part 2, however, is edited by me, so yeah, enjoy this dex entry. I even came up with some original names and, in probably 1 or 2 cases, an original ability. The next alien on the list is Classic Series' biggest screen hogger. Then again, if you were a 10-year-old with the Omnitrix, how often would you transform into him? Four Arms is a Tetraman from the planet Koros. Despite it being a desert planet, it somehow has better technology than Earth. Earth sucks. Couple fun facts. Tetramans, along with the Tepkufan and the Galvan, were actually responsible for the entire creation of ancient Egypt. I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of fitting because they're both deserts. Another fun fact is female Tetramans are traditionally stronger than male Tetramans, and, they fight as a way for courtship, and if the male wins, that's how you get your wife. Joy. What Pokemon could I have possibly chose for this beautiful alien? It was so difficult, bro. It took so long. I couldn't find a single Pokemon. Really. Pikachu. Upon further research, I have come to the conclusion that having Luma Redwind as your wife is not such a bad idea at all. Like, I'm not even a big tomboy advocate. Okay, well, she's more of a muscle mommy, but you know what I'm trying to say. On top of that, you have the Tetraman army at your disposal, and all of her father's money, and above all else, you have David K as your father in law. Which means every time you crack a dad joke, he'll be in the background saying, "Yes." And that's just perfect. Anyways, here is the dex entry. Mother damn cicadas. Up next, we have the stink bug himself. Stinkfly is a lepidopteran from the planet Lepidoptera. Fun fact, Lepidopteran is the scientific name for moth, which begs the question, why wasn't it based on a moth? Well, I mean, I know why, because I've seen Alien Force, and, well, we'll get to that later.
Smash.
I could never suspend my disbelief enough, especially as a kid, to even think that the stalks on the side of its head were actually its eyes, and that the Omnitrix is not what it uses to see. But, you know, this is probably the coldest take in the entire fan base. I guess it's a cool alien. It's probably one of y'all's favorites, which, you know, that's fine. Anyway, the Pokemon I chose is Yanma. Little fun fact, I've heard the music that I've used for Stinkfly so many times that I got tired of it. Anyways, here's Stinkfly's fusion dex entry. The terror of the deep has arrived.
Turn me into wild mutt, you're dead meat.
So y'all know how all the Anur aliens are pretty much the universal monsters? My headcanon is that Ripjaws is essentially the creature from the Black Lagoon because it's the only one left. Anyways, Ripjaws is a Piscis Fillean from the planet Piscis. It's entirely made of water, but the core is actually solid land. Well, really it's stone and metal and everything. It's quite literally what keeps the planet from, drifting away into space. Little fun fact, did you know that planets made entirely of water are actually very common in this galaxy? Which means that of all the aliens that could exist, Ripjaws is the most likely to exist. And I've seen RTX photos of it, especially underwater, and someone like me who is thalassophobic cannot handle that kind of shit. Anyways, the Pokemon of choice wasn't actually based on the fact that it was a water type because, well, my original choice was Sharpedo. I decided to go for a Pokemon that was closely related in appearance, and I use that term loosely. Garchomp. You can probably hear that in the background, can you? Anyways, when I first drew this, after being disappointed with the Sharpedo fusion, here's a picture. I wasn't all that confident. And then I started coloring it and I really, really loved it. This is probably my favorite one as of now. Anyways, here's the dex entry. This alien has by far the most unique power I've ever seen in, well, an alien as a whole. Not just in Ben 10, but in general.
Time for me to hitch a ride.
Upgrade is a Glavonic Mechamorph from Galvan B, which is Galvan's moon. Interestingly enough, the whole origin story is completely by accident, as Azimuth didn't even intend for the creation of them. Yes, Azimuth created the Glavonic Mechamorph, but completely by accident, which is both the coolest and yet the weirdest thing. Fun fact, the entire reason Ben has his voice, or keeps his voice as Upgrade, is because apparently as a Glavonic Mechamorph, he's not fully Glavonic Mechamorph, which is why he can only possess technology to upgrade it versus how normal Galvanic Mechamorphs create technology out of themselves. And that's actually the inspiration that drew me to picking the Pokemon I did. I needed a Pokemon that could possess technology and improve it in a way that benefits itself. So what better choice than Rotom? And that's it. Moving on. Okay, fine. I'll do the Rotom variants as well. I'd brag about how much pain this was on my hand, but this was drawn over like 3 to 4 months ago. So, yeah. Here's the dex entry, by the way. To conclude the original 10, I have brought to you the alien that gave me and every other child at the time nightmares. Okay, I'll be honest. It wasn't Ghostfreak himself that gave me nightmares, it was Zascare, which by technicality, he is Ghostfreak because, you know, the whole ectoneurite DNA bullshit, blah blah blah, you get the point. But for context, my first exposure to Ghostfreak was the Alien Force episode Ghost Town, and needless to say, he left an impression. An impression that lasted well into 4th grade. Jesus Christ, I couldn't stop dreaming about this. Anyways, Ghostfreak is an ectoneurite from the dimension Anerphatos. I gotta look up what Anerphatos actually is. Anyways, he is probably one of the most popular out of all of the aliens, given the fact that the whole story was to scare and how important he was to season 3 of Classic. Oh, also, hide all your anime girls because he's out here with everybody. So, who did I choose? I actually did multiple pieces of art with multiple different ghost Pokemon, but the one that I was very, very proud of, well, I'll explain it to you this way. Ghostfreak has one eye, 2 hands, and a ghost tail. And that only really fits one Pokemon I can think of at the moment. Dusknor. I did more art with fusions of Ghostfreak, as I said earlier, but I'm probably just gonna post them as YouTube shorts eventually. But anyways, here's the dex entry. I don't exactly know why I gave him Dark Rise ability, but I just did because it was so fitting. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here. That pretty much concludes the original 10. But I kind of decided that I wanted to do a little bit more fan art, so here's a poster of them with Ben at the center. I even drew Ben in the Pokemon manga art style, and dear lord, was it difficult. I'm telling you, I had to blend the colors in, and that took damn near like 3 hours. But nobody ever said that art was easy. Hope you like it. And that's all. Yep, this is where I'm ending it. Mm-hmm. Bye. Why are you still here? What, you want another one? Alright, fine, I will. The transformation sequence on this one is the equivalent of the average American. Or it's just Ben reliving somebody's Rule 34 fetish. Gross. Cannonbolt, an Arborian Pelorota from Arboria. Unlike Diamondhead, Cannonbolt's species is still extinct. But apparently a sister species exists on Vulpin, which I need to do some more research. Their really only ability is to be able to curl into a ball, but Ben managed to use that to his advantage, and now he's... yeah, that. The choice of Pokemon is so, like, easy at this point. Dawn fan. While I'm still here, I just want to admit that the pose here was actually traced, or not really traced, but kind of inspired by the art of a Dawn fan Pokemon card. I wish I could find it right now, and if I do find it, then it's probably going to be here. So, yeah, just a little bit of info. Here's the dex entry. And that concludes the rest of this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed the fusions that I properly drew here today. And hope to see you again.
A wise man once said,
"There's a time to go hero, and there's a time to go ultimate."
This is one of those times.
Maybe I've got something that'll work better. Ultimate Cannonbolt!
Yup, I'm doing the Ultimate Aliens too. I'll go back and do a short for Ultimate Wild Mutt, but honestly, I don't really care enough about Ultimate Wild Mutt to put that much effort. Anyway, I decided that I wouldn't really change much when it comes to the Pokemon of choice, except for the point of origin. I decided that I would use... damn it, I forgot its name. Great Tusk. Great Tusk. I'm so sorry, that was unprofessional.